This will be an overview of the Quickdraw Weaving Program's grid view and the graphic entry of a pattern. And I find that one of the most powerful tools. With the normal warp weft editor, I've got to manipulate the warp, the tie-up, and/or the weft in order to make a change in the pattern. Now I can get to the grid by either looking at the graph paper icon here, or go to the view and graphic entry of a pattern. Now I actually have a blank sheet of paper and I can make any change on it I want to. For example, if I import the draft, it's recomputed the threading sequence, and if I make a change, it immediately makes the change in the threading, the tie-up, and the tread length, so I can actually immediately see what I'm doing. The export draft would send that back over to the warp weft editor as a threading, tread length, and tie-up sequence, so I can manipulate that. Now I also have an ability of, for example, if I find an image I want in a clip art someplace, if I copy the image, I come back over, if I actually paste that image, if I scroll out enough, I can now see that image is there. I can then edit that, do block substitution on that, manipulate that however I want to. That will work on bitmaps, full color images. Color and Weave will actually take a color threading diagram and regenerate the threading, treadling, and tie-up sequences. Now the other thing I can also do, let me zoom into a corner here, and I've got a straight line tool. I can actually create a weaving structure. Say I just want a little 1-3 twill. Once I select that, I can copy that. I can now actually paste that. I can grab the paste tool, and as I can fill as much of that as I want to, and as I move the mouse up, down, left, or right, it actually reverses the patterns so that I can basically create a symmetric image of that. And the other thing I can also do, I've got that image selected. I want to do a 3-1 twill, do something different, and turn on the symmetry tools and zoom out to the middle of the page, in a little bit there. Grab a freehand tool. I can now actually automate symmetry, so I can create whatever interesting pattern I want to. If I decide I like that pattern, I can now take that. I could substitute the 1-3-3-1 twills I had. I could do the substitution. It's now given me that pattern. I could export that as a draft back out, work with that. If I do the undo, that pattern's probably going to be a little large. Well, let me just take the middle of it. If I want to, I can now go also, within a profile view, I can go to threading. And if I ask for thumbnails, it's going to show me what that block pattern would look like in each one of the threading substitutions. So I can now convert that straight into a threading diagram from there. And if I want a reference, for example, I can also, for example, give me a circle. It just shows me if I want to trace something. I can also do reference lines vertically, horizontally, if I want reference lines, so I've got drawing utilities. And then I'll later walk through the rest of the control tools and some of the other features I just glossed over there. Thank you.